Welcome to solverfy.
I'm going to start with the force of gravity is G m1 m2 over r squared, but that's the same as m2 times acceleration, which is going to be g. And so g is g m1, which is the mass of the Earth, over r squared. Therefore, if we take the derivative, dg over dr, right, dg over dr, we get -2 g me over r cubed. But we're saying that this is near the surface of the Earth, so it's -2 g me over radius of the Earth cubed. And this is a gradient. In part B, I think I'm going to continue using what we did in part A. The integral from r, let's just say some radius to some radius plus a small amount, h, of -2 g me r to the -3rd power dr is going to be -2 g me r to the -2 power over -2 from r1 to r1 plus h, where h is small. So that's just going to be g me over r squared from r1 to r1 plus h, which would be g me over r1 plus h squared minus g me over r1 squared. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking that's very interesting, but probably didn't even need to do this, because up here it says dg over dr. Well, dg over dr is about the same as delta g over delta r. And that was -2 gme over re cubed. And so delta g is approximately the same as -2 g me over re cubed times delta r, where delta r is h. It's the small change in the radius. So delta g is -2 g meh over re cubed. That's what we wanted. Okay. If h in part C, if h is 6 meters, what is delta G? Well, let's just put numbers in here. In the calculator, negative 2 times G, 6.67, times 10 to the negative 11th power, times mass of the Earth. Mass of the Earth is 5.97 times 10 to the 24th power kilograms, times h, which is 6, divided by radius of the Earth, which is 6.37, times 10 to the 6th power, and then I have to take the radius of the Earth cubed. And that gives me a change in gravity of negative 1.85 times 10 to the negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 power. And that's in meters per second squared. So I apologize for going off on what ended up being a tangent right here. I was thinking about integrating it, and I think that was along the right track. But it was much easier to just write delta G over delta R is about the same as dG over dr. And so that led us more directly to the answer.